Game 2 almost ready to begin here from historic Muzzy Field. I'm Chris Saunders alongside Matt Polick, Jack O'Donnell manning the controls on the computer rather, and Connor will be doing the field camera in just about 10 minutes. As Game 1 was lost by the Blues at a score of 6-3, a game of which, and I miscounted the RBIs, the starting catcher Jackson Peterson in Game 1, who was DHing here in Game 2, had 5 RBIs to go along with 3 hits and that moonshot of a home run to cap off what was a very good first game for not just himself, but for the Suns as a team. They are 23-18 now because of that win. The Blues dropping to 21-20, and the Blues looking to at least split here in the doubleheader.
Yeah, tough way to lose for the Blues. They had the lead going into the 6th inning. We're 6 outs away, but then 3 runs in the 6th, and then the moonshot home run in the 7th, giving the Suns the 6-3 lead that they would hang on to and win Game 1 of this doubleheader. Reminder, just 7-inning games in the doubleheaders here in the FCBL, so 6-3 final in 7. We'll play 7 again here tonight. Matt Shane on the mound for the Blues. On the mound, Alex Price for the Suns. We'll get into those deeper, but before we do that, I cannot tell if we're going to have an anthem. Some say we are, some say we aren't. I don't know, Chris. What do you think?
I'm going to say no, but until then, I can run out the lineup, though, for the Suns. Batting first will be Jack Cooney. Batting second, Mark Coley. Batting third, Jackson Peterson. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, Dan Baruch, I should say. Batting fifth, Jack Kolomovic. Batting sixth, Dylan Faircloth. Batting seventh, Troy Strack. Batting eighth, Kyle Kronk. And batting ninth, to round out the order, Matt Schneider.
The defense the Blues will line up in this evening in the outfield. Left, center, right, Christian Beal, Austin White, Brandon Miller. In the infield, Kyle Maves, Zeke Diamond, Noah Budzik, Casey Bass, the lumberjack. That's third to first. Behind the plate is Jordan Lasky. And as I mentioned, Matt Shane is on the bump for the Bristol Blues.
And we could talk about Matt Shane, but we can do that in the next couple minutes while he's warming up because we did the lineup for the Suns and the defense. I want to talk about the article that was in the Bristol Press about Christian Beal and how he has a close relationship with a White Sox player, Tim Anderson, and how I know you read the article, Matt. I had an opportunity to read it before I came here, and I think it just goes to show that there's so much continuity with players in the Chicago area. And Tim Anderson is not even from Chicago. He's from Tuscaloosa, but he was drafted by the White Sox, came through the organization, and being able to read the article, both Beal and a teammate or a friend of Beal, his name is Bryce Gray, he's a catcher at Notre Dame, they have a house or they live near where Tim Anderson is. And it seemed like Anderson, according to the article, really kind of grew a liking to both those players and saw kind of what both of them represent to both Chicago, but I think to the game of baseball.
Yeah, Tim Anderson, one of my favorite players in the big leagues right now. You know, he's one of those big advocates for making baseball fun and, the kids, more appealing to bat flips. He's been having some crazy bat flips, but I think that's great that, young ball players across Chicago can get to spend time with big leaguers. Somebody at the caliber of Tim Anderson, an all-star. So just great for Beal and everyone else in Chicago that plays ball, grows up. And something really nice by Tim Anderson and the rest of the big leaguers. I know Curtis Granderson was another one mentioned in the article. So, great job. And just a quick shout-out to Zach Carpenter for writing that article. You can read it on thebristolpress.com.
And let's not forget that Christian Beal, in a lot of ways, has built just enough of a relationship with Tim Anderson that he even has his own personal phone number. And he won't blow up his phone, after every single at-bat every day. But every once in a while, Beal will text him and ask him about, maybe a certain at-bat, maybe something that happened during the game. And to be able to have a major league ball player, a current major leaguer, I think could help the growth of Christian Beal. And one thing in particular and this was at the end of the article, he was thrown out of a game on a, bang-bang play, something that we saw in particular with Orzechowski at first. And he didn't agree with the call. He threw his helmet. This was in a doubleheader at Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut. He threw his helmet. It was an instant ejection. Gone. I think the Bates Bobcats ended up winning Game 1 and then lost Game 2. I don't exactly recall, but that's beyond the point. The point was Beal was tossed, did not play game 2, and he said that kind of really stuck with him, and he kind of asked himself while he was sitting in the dugout, what would Tim Anderson do? And Anderson always preaches to certain players, or to a lot of players, but mainly he's been talking with Beal about how to control his emotions. There's positive, trying to find the right word, positive reaction, and then there's negative reaction. And he said the positive reaction was not there. That was negative reaction. And I think that's something both Beal can learn from, but like I said, having somebody as a major league ball player to the terms and the likes of Tim Anderson, I think can help the growth of Christian Beal in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think that's huge for him or any young ball player to get instruction and mentorship from somebody in the big leagues, and as I mentioned, all-star Tim Anderson, so it's not just any big leaguer. And, I just think that's great for what they do for those guys in Chicago. And, you just can't appreciate it enough because they're helping shape the next wave of great ball players.
And it looks like the Blues are set to begin their warm-ups here as Game 2 is almost ready. The first pitch was supposed to be at 6:30, but it's now 6:35, but the Blues are getting in their circle and doing in a lot of ways okay, let's roll, ready, team, let's go. Something like that.
I know, I was told 6:30 start. I bet I would have had time to get some food.
Now, the University of which Christian Beal, as the Blues are going out to take their defensive positions, the school, as we're going to wrap up the Christian Beal conversation, is the University of Illinois Chicago Baseball Facilities. And as the game goes on, we'll go into more depth on the article in the Bristol Press about Christian Beal. But one more time, if people are just tuning in, why don't you round out the defense again for the Blues?
In the outfield, left to right, is Christian Beal in left, Austin White in center, Brandon Miller in right. In the infield, third to first, Kyle Mave, Zeke Diamond, Noah Budzik, Casey Bass, the lumberjack. Jordan Lasky does the catching tonight. And on the bump is the left-handed Matt Shane from Central Connecticut. Comes in with a 1-run record, a 5.31 ERA. This is his fourth start, ninth appearance overall. He has 22 innings, 20 Ks, 10 walks.
Matt Shane, 1-1 with a 5.31 ERA. And his last appearance, July 14th against the Navs, was not a good one. 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 9 hits, 2 walks to 4 Ks. This is a left-hander that started the season off in the bullpen, but with injuries to Arjun Thakkar, Jack Moore, and then you think about it now with Dominic Nyman, Will Nowak. I mean, the bullpen and just pitchers in general, they're dropping like flies. And guys like Matt Shane, who was on that team in Central when they went to the regional, only made it to the regional play, did not advance any further. But I think having a left-hander like this who now is starting and can get the reps, he can learn in a lot of ways, okay, here's what works, here's what doesn't work. And right now he's going through that growth period of, okay, there's a difference between being a bullpen guy, going 1 to 2 innings. You could survive with only 2 pitches. But as a starter, you need at least 3.
And if you look at his numbers, he was much better out of the bullpen. His last 3 appearances have been his starts all in July. 2 of them at home. He's 1-1 at home. His last time at Muzzy was July 7th against North Shore in a game the Blues lost 13-10. He gave up 7 runs, only 3 earned. Did have 5 Ks over 4 innings and 5 hits allowed. So he was better out of the bullpen. But, the Blues need length, and he can potentially give them 5-6 innings here. Only a 7-inning game. So really, if he can give them even just 4 or 5, that's not too bad.
And Shane will be facing Cooney, Coley, and Peterson. If any of them get on, Baruch. Jack Cooney batting .254 with 7 RBIs on the season. First pitch, swung at, foul up the first baseline, and we're underway. As we said, behind the plate will be Jordan Lasky. Will Reiner was behind the plate in Game 1. But now Lasky, the University of Rhode Island product, will be up behind the plate here in Game 2. Budzik, who did play short in Game 1, is now playing second base. Christian Beal in left field. The 0-1. Pitch is high, 1-1. Shane has started 3 games, now make it 4. Does have 24 hits given up, 20 Ks, and 10 walks. The 1-1 to Cooney. Pitch is high again, back-to-back pitches elevated, 2-1.
And after straight downpour for about 24 hours yesterday into this morning, what was a pretty good day has turned into a good night. 70 degrees, cloudy.
2-1. Way outside, 3-1.
But at this point in the season, especially with how it's been here at Muzzy, if there's no rain falling, it's a good night for baseball.
The 3-1. And a leadoff walk. Not a good start for Shane. And the last time we saw a leadoff walk by the Blues pitching staff, that led to the big inning in the 6th, of which the Blues not only surrendered the lead, but realistically gave up the game as they lost 6-3. First pitch, runners going, called a strike, throw to second, way offline into center field. And now Cooney's going to try to attempt a third. Throw comes in, tag applied, safe. And Cooney steals second and will advance to third on the throwing error. That was a good throw from Austin White, but, one bad throw and then one good throw. But the good throw came just a tad bit too late.
I really thought Austin White had a chance to get him, but Cooney gets in underneath the slide. Now you have a man out there, nobody out in the first.
Swing and a miss from Mark Cooley.
Big hack.
Very big hack. Cooley batting .277, 7 home runs, still 23 RBIs. Cooley calls time. Shane ahead in the count here to the right-handed batter. Pitches low, 1-2. Cooney from Springfield College, 5'10", 175. He's on third base. 1-2. Inside, Matt Shane telling Jordan Lasky feet, and we've seen Lasky from time to time when the pitches get away, the lack of communication from the pitcher doesn't tell him where to go, and then Lasky's like a sitting duck.
Yeah, very important that pitchers communicate with their catchers, help them out, let them know where the ball is.
The 2-2. Pitch way inside. 3-2. Second consecutive batter that is at least in a 3-ball count. Blues lost game 1 to the Suns 6-3. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Cooley down swinging. And the first K for Matt Shane comes at a good time as Cooney has to stay on at third. And the ever-so-dangerous Jackson Peterson, who had 5 RBIs in Game 1 and topped off what was a great first game for him and a solo shot to right. Lefty on lefty. And that hits Peterson. Hit by pitch, raised the on-base percentage. Peterson on at first, and the Suns will have runners on the corners. Dan Baruch at the plate. 271, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Suns now with 69 stolen bases on the season. Runners on the corners, they stay. Pitches outside, 1-0. Bruce from Boston College, who will be a freshman. Throw back to first. 6'1", 205 from Cranston, Rhode Island. The 1-0. Low 2-0. And as we saw with the starting pitcher in Game 1, Reed Pegram, a little bit of a shaky first inning for Matt Shane. The 2-0. Down the middle. Must have been maybe a tad high. 2-1.
The Suns had the man on third and nobody out. And now Shane a ground ball away from getting out of this unharmed.
There's the off-speed pitch to the back door. Called a strike. 2-2. That's a good point. Because of the K of Coley, that could help out a double play right here, as the Blues are looking to turn one here with Zeke Diamond at short, Budzik at second. The 2-2. Foul back, just getting a piece to stay alive, is Baruch. On deck is number 1, batting .300, Jack Kolomovic. He's on deck. Dan Baruch with a 2-2 count, 1 out. Runners on the corners. 2-2. Checked in swing. Good job by Lasky. Lasky wants to check. He didn't go. 3-2.
At least this umpire checked with his field umpire.
Yeah, we did not see that, I don't think, at all in game 1.
Nope, we didn't. These umpires have switched spots. Field umpire was behind the dish. Now the field umpire goes behind the dish.
Payoff pitch. Runners going. Pitch is in. And 2 walks in this half inning for Matt Shane. As Jack Kolomovic is at the plate, as Jordan Lasky as well will go out to the bump to talk with the left-hander from Central. And even after all this, I think in a lot of ways, a ground ball could change the fortunes for Matt Shane.
Yeah, you get a ground ball hit hard right at somebody, you probably turn in 2 if you do it the right way.
Infield is back. Casey Bass playing behind the runner at first. First pitch. Good start for Shane.
I'm a little surprised about that one. I think I'd almost have Bass in front of the runner, have him come home with it. But
Left on left here. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Budzik now playing to the lip of the grass and at second base. Diamond still in the infield, 1-1. Fastball. Called strike 2. And you can hear the crowd here at Muzzy Field trying to help Shane get a scoreless inning here. Dylan Faircloth is on deck. Troy Strack on double deck. The 1-2. Breaking ball in, but high, 2-2.
the 2 other games in the FCBL tonight, Brockton Rocks at Worcester Bravehearts. They're in the bottom of the first, no score. And then getting underway around 7 o'clock will be Westfield Starfires at the North Shore Navigators.
Shane fighting back, 2-2. As Komolovic just gets a piece. As Cooney must have thought that, I don't know if maybe he thought he got hit by a pitch, as the third base coach, Gedman, who's the manager as well, must have, because he kind of gave the signal like foul tip. I mean, I don't know. That was interesting. Either way, 2-2 count. Towards right. Miller going back at the track, leaps, makes the catch. Cooney's going to have to tag third. He'll score. As the runner from second will get to third, that's Peterson. Baruch will stay on. The sac fly gives Kololomic his 9th RBI of the season, but a nice play from Brandon Miller in right. Saved at least 2, possibly 3 runs, and helps Matt Shane get his second out.
Off the bat, I thought that one might have had the distance. Just the only question was height. It died as it kept carrying Miller, making a nice play right in front of the wall. Kind of an over-the-shoulder leap and grab as the Suns now take a 1-0 lead early. But Shane can get it out anyway here, and you escape what looked like could be very bad inning with just 1 run across.
Dylan Faircloth at the plate, throw back to first. And after all of this, a couple walks and hit by pitch, Shane is only 1 pitch, 1 out away from only giving up 1 run. But as Dylan Faircloth, who's has a 182 average with 1 RBI. First pitch to Faircloth. Backdoor fastball, 0-1. Looked to have been the 2-seam for Matt Shane. Does have the 4 and the 2-seam. We'll throw the 2-seam more to right-handed batters to the back door, which is the outer half of the plate. The 0-1. There's the breaking ball to the back door again, 0-2. And Faircloth now behind in the count. Shane looking for his second K here. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, but does have 1 K of Coley, which was the second batter of the game. Shane pauses, 0-2. Pitch a little more outside. Faircloth didn't chase. Troy Strack is on deck. Kyle Cronk on double deck. One, two. Pull to the third base side. Foul. The attempt from Kyle Maves came up empty, but as the ball went towards the bullpen of the Blues, it was hit foul. And a big sigh of relief for Matt Shane.
Game of inches, Chris.
Now, if you're Faircloth, you've seen 1 pitch inside and then the other couple away. Wonder if maybe Shane might try to elevate the 2-seam. 1-2, runners going. Hard chopper over to Maves. Ranges across the diamond. Pulls Casey Bass off the bag, but he tags Faircloth for the third and final out. So only 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and a couple players left on base. Make it 2. It's 1-0 Suns over the Blues. And Bristol will have an opportunity here in the bottom of the first. Suns score 1 in the top of the first. A sac fly from number 1, Jack Klamovic. Gave him his 9th RBI of the season. Helps the starting pitcher, Alex Price. Go around with the rest of the defense. For the Suns, left, center, right, Faircloth in left, Cooney in center, Cronk in right. In the infield, Baruch at first, Coley at second, Schrock at short, Klamovic at third, Schneider behind the plate, and Alex Price is on the mound.
The lineup for the Bristol Blues here in Game 2, leading off Austin White behind him, Christian Beal batting third, Brandon Miller. Kyle Maves will hit cleanup, Zeke Diamond behind him batting fifth. Batting sixth, Jordan Lasky. Casey Bass hits seventh. Batting eighth, Griffin Schneider. And rounding out the lineup is Noah Budzik.
Alex Price, a left-hander, 188 pounds from Middlebury College. Last appearance July 15th, 4 2/3, 3 runs, 7 hits, 4 walks, 6 Ks. He has a 1-1 record with a 2.70 ERA. 6 games started, 7 appearances overall. 36 2/3, 11 runs, 38 hits, 38 Ks, and 10 walks. And looking at the lineup, you consider the amount of lefties that this Blues lineup has. It's probably a perfect matchup to see what kind of wherewithal this Blues lineup will have against a left-hander. I count at least 5 left-handers in the Blues lineup. Austin White batting .329. Patent faked bunt from Austin White works well, 1-0. Does have 22 stolen bases on the season.
And we saw him kind of create a run in Game 1 after working a walk, stealing second.
1-0. 1-1. What of a herky-jerky windup from Alex Price. .6'2", left-hander from Middlebury. Inside and low, 2-1. Alex Price from Ridgefield, Connecticut, going into his sophomore year at Middlebury College. Middlebury of the NESCAC. The 2-1. Christian Beal is on deck. Brandon Miller on double deck. The 2-2. Fouls it back. 2-2 will be the count.
Did you know that Middlebury College was the first operating college or university in Vermont?
I did. The 2-2. Breaking ball outside. 3-2.
Sorry, Einstein.
Well, when I've done so many games in the
Oh,
NESCAC.
I forgot you and your love for the NESCAC. Sorry.
3-2. White, high fly ball. Major league pop-up. Cooley, right center. Austin White hustling down past first as the catch will be made by Mark Coley. One down. But Austin White, how about that? Even that ball that still more than likely would have been caught, Austin White was hustling down, and if that ball is dropped, he's on second base, maybe even third, depending on how much the ball gets away. Something to watch for. Austin White, the hustle. You don't see that. Christian Beal at the plate. Fastball high, 1-0. Christian Beal getting the first start here in Game 2, batting .300. Does have 13 hit-by pitches. As he really crowds the plate from the right-handed hitter's batter's box. The 1-0. Almost got hit, 2-0. Christian Beal, I would say majority of his hits have gone to right field.
Yeah, he likes using the entire field, but especially to right and right center.
The 2-0. Towards left center. Faircloth dives, and what a play by the left fielder, Dylan Faircloth. That's a web gem.
And I really thought that one was going to get down, but Faircloth had different ideas.
We have seen a couple web gems in this first game. One, game two, we saw it from the third baseman Beckett, and then Coley, and then now Faircloth here in game 2. Beal hit that ball hard.
It's because he went to left center, not right center, like we were talking about.
Brandon Miller at the plate. Fights off the first pitch in her half of the plate, 0-1. Miller did not get a hit in game 1 and struck out twice. Looking to rebound here in game 2. The 0-1. There's the curveball. Strike 2. The umpire lifts the right hand. Price with 38 strikeouts in 36 innings, but also has given up 38 hits. Miller choking up on the bat with the bottom hand. 0-2. Chases the high cheese. And the first K for Price tonight comes at the expense of Brandon Miller. So 3 up, 3 down for the left-hander from Middlebury College as we head to the second inning. And the Suns will have 7-8-9 when we come back. 7, 8, 9. Strzok, Kroc, and Schneider. Fainum Gnan Cooney.
This is Strack's just 5th game for the Suns.
First pitch. Line shot underneath the glove of Shane, but there's Zeke Diamond behind the bag for the first out. And it almost took off the glove of Matt Shane. Or actually, no, it did. That was a hot shot.
Yeah, I didn't think that ball had a chance of being fielded. I thought that was going to get through up the middle, but Diamond making it look easy.
So one retired. Kyle Kronk will be stepping up. I don't know if it got a piece of Shane, but it almost looked like it started to die as it went towards Diamond behind the bag. Pitch outside, 1-0.
Maybe Shane threw his glove at it and tipped it.
I mean, not the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, I've always said, as that pitch misses low and in, that, like, if a ball's about to get the wall over the wall, just throw your glove up at it, dude. Like, if you're an outfielder and it's a fly ball home run, knock it down with your glove.
The 2-0. Check swing. Call the strike anyway. 2-1 on Kyle Kronk. Kronk from the University of Pennsylvania. Hometown, Austin, Texas. Going to his junior year. The 2-1. Low 3-1. This Suns team, I have to tell you, probably one of the better Suns teams I've seen, my times of broadcast in the FCBO. Seem to be a very well-oiled machine. 3-1. 3-2. Shane trying to avoid his third walk. Shane, his 4th start this season. Foul back. Matt Schneider is on deck. Troy Strzok was lined over to Diamond at short for the first out. A swing and a miss for the second out as Kyle Kronk will go down. Second K for Matt Shane. Matt Schneider stepping up to the plate now with 2 down. One and 0. Jack Cooney is on deck. Shane going from the windup, working quickly. 1-1.
Shane, just like Pegram in game 1, looks a lot better here in the second than he did in the first.
The 1-1. Pops it up into right. Going back is Bass and Budzik. There's room. Miller overran it. Jordan Lasky was screaming out. He had a room. He had a lot of room. But Miller just couldn't make the play. Shane looking for his 3rd K. Heading the count 1-2 to Schneider. And foul back. One, 2. Towards third. Mave scoops. Sets. Fires over to first. In time. 3 up, 3 down. 5-3 in the book. Shane's first 1-2-3 inning here tonight. And now can the Blues answer back and get that run that they gave up in the first? They'll have 4, 5, 6. Maves, who just made the nice play. Diamond and Lasky when we come back. Bottom of the second, Maves, Diamond, Lasky made them get on the lumberjack, Casey Bass. And Kyle Maves, who did in his first at-bat, had a bunt single up at the third baseline that just stayed fair. And now Maves has had a hit in the last 3 games that he's played, and he hasn't played, since early July. And he's really made his mark now that he's getting regular playing time again. Maves comes up hacking, but fouls it back.
And I think he can find himself in the lineup regularly. I feel like second base has kind of been a revolving door for quite a bit of the year for the Blues. I mean, we saw Roth take it for a little bit. We've seen Cyril Belanger in there for a little bit, but...
0-1 to Maves. Laces that one towards left. That's going to drop. It could be extra bases, and it will. Kyle Maves hustling down to second base, and that's where he'll stay. 5th extra base hit for Kyle Maves, the Quinnipiac product. And now it's 4 straight games for Kyle Maves with hits. Where has he been?
The bench.
I think he should be playing more. Just putting that out there.
I would have to agree with you, but we're just the broadcasters, not the manager.
Zeke Diamond at the plate. But you know what? I'll wait until after this pitch. Rogers, or rather Price, throws the pitch in for a call strike, 0-1. Price getting ahead. For Kyle Maves to not have played for over, close to a month, and to have stayed with the team, I think says a lot about his character. Not saying that players who have left their character should be, because I understand they want to play. But for someone to fight it off as much as he did, because he wasn't having that great of a season. Swing and miss from Diamond 0-2, at least in terms of the average and everything else. But I think that goes to show that, you know what? He's going to stick with something through and not just quit halfway. And you have to give Kyle Maves a lot of credit. And for the players that left, no disrespect. I understand why. But like we say, teach their own. Price lifts his leg, and Maves just drawing that over, getting to the mind of the left-hander, which is hard because left-handers are,
cheaters.
No, not even close.
They balk a lot.
Oh, stop. Diamond behind the count, and there's the hook. Second K for Price. And Matt, you said that you might have seen this left-hander back when you were in high school for Naugatuck.
I believe so. I know it was a left-hander that was the same year as me, which Price is, that was playing college ball that we faced in the second round of the state tournament at Ridgefield.
And you said he eliminated you. Lasky swings at the first pitch. He'll stay in play. 2 players on the run, and that'll be the right fielder Kronk who makes the play. Tagging from second over to third is Maves. So on the advancement on the fly out to right from Lasky is Maves.
Yes, he did eliminate us, but I don't know why that's an important detail in your story, Chris.
Well, it just goes to show that he pitched well. Because you guys were pretty good your year.
My junior year, we had a squad, but Ridgefield had a 1-2 combo that was just
pretty good.
not pretty good. They were good.
Lumberjack at the plate. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it 0-1. And see, here's I think this is a good matchup right now. You have a Division III versus Division III. Casey Bass and then Alex Price. Lefty on lefty. We've seen Price now. Pitchability is there. You wonder if maybe he'll throw a curveball here after getting ahead 0-1. There's the hook. And it's called a strike. Now I wonder, does he throw a chase pitch? Throw one in the dirt. Because Casey has, it's been known that he will expand the zone from time to time.
Probably a waste pitch coming here, 0-2.
Swing and a miss. Casey Bass goes down swinging. 2 Ks in this half inning for Price. And may get 3 in this game thus far. Has not given, or as a correction, gave up 1 hit. Other than that, he's been good. Top of the order. Cooney, Coley, and Peterson. They get on Dan Baruch. And close to a 1-2-3 inning for Alex Price. Has only given up 1 hit and has 3 Ks thus far. Shane fires in a strike, 0-1, gets ahead of Cooney. Cooney walked, stole second, and then got to third on the throwing error from Lasky. Back in the first. Slider towards third. Maves, sure-handed, taps the glove, and gets the out at first. 1 down.
That's now 6 straight hitters retired by Matt Shane.
And he's facing somebody trying to make 7. Which Mark Coley struck out in his first at-bat. Drops in the hook, but call the ball 1-0. Must have been low. As my partner is not liking that call.
I believe the 5th.
The 1-0. Roped, and here we go. Right to Maves. I'm telling you, he has a magnet in that glove.
You got to listen to Yogi more. Hit them where they ain't.
5 straight retired. And if you want to go back to the first inning, which the last out was recorded, make it 6 straight retired. 7 if you want to count the sac fly. I apologize. Call the strike, 0-1.
For counting pure hitters retired in a row, he's got 7 in a row. Ooh, good spot there.
1-1. It just looks like to me that after the first inning, I mean, prime example, an opener. Minus the first inning, both pitchers have been good tonight. 1 and 2, both the starting pitcher for the Blues in Game 1, Pegram, and then now Shane. That first inning kind of hurt them a little bit in terms of runs, but other than that, they've been good.
Sounds like James Paxton.
The 1-2. Outside, 2-2, and you heard the reaction from Shane. He kind of gave that sound, like probably should have maybe held myself. Was trying to go to the glove side, and for a lefty, you really have to keep yourself back, stay closed. The 2-2. And he stayed closed right there. Dotted the outer half of the plate. Really painted that corner. And give another K for Shane. Make it now 3. Has retired 8 in a row. Griffin Schneider, Budzik, and White. Made them get on Christian Bio at the plate. As Alex Price, back for his 3rd inning of work. Does have 3 Ks thus far. Towards center. Going back, couple more steps, and Cooney will make the catch. Hard hit from Schneider, but came up empty there.
1 pitch, 1 out. And it looked like Cooney came in on that ball As they always teach, first step back. It's easier to come in than go back.
4 straight retired for Alex Price. Left on left here, facing the 9 batter. Pitch is high, 1-0 on Noah Budzik. Budzik batting 188. Couldn't even get to Schneider in what he's done thus far this season because he swung at the first pitch. The 1-0. Backdoor fastball, 1-1.
An update from North Shore. The Westfield Starfires took a 1-0 lead in the first inning. Tommy Joyce, an RBI single.
Tommy Joyce, the no batting gloves.
Love it.
The 1-1. Low 2-1. Alex Price from Middlebury College, the left-hander, 185. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Gave up a leadoff double to Kyle Maves and then struck out Diamond and Bass, as well as getting Lasky to fly out to right in the second. But he's fallen behind to Noah Budzik here, 3-1.
And the last thing you want to do is walk the 9 batter with the top of the lineup coming up.
The 3-1. And there's the walk. First one given up by Price in this game. And I think that adds more insult to injury because it was the 9 batter. Now you have Austin White, who flew out to lead off the game to his URI teammate, Mark Coley. White now steps up in the batter's box. Another left-on-left matchup here.
Third baseman playing on the grass.
Bunt and pulls it back. I wonder if he does that just because it puts another thing in a pitcher's mind as he's throwing the pitch, because now they have to almost be pinpoint because they don't want him to bunt it perfectly.
It works against me in MLB The Show. Whenever somebody shows bunt, I get rattled.
The 1-0 to White. Takes a pitch, 1-1. Matt, you thought that was a ball.
I'm trying to be nicer to umpires, but this guy's making it difficult because he already got me aggravated in game 1 when he was in the field. Made some shaky calls over at first.
7-18 here in Bristol, Connecticut. Throw back to first. Definitely not the best move of Price. Price's last appearance, July 15th, went 4 2/3, gave up 3 earned runs, 7 hits. So far, 1 through 2 1/3. White takes a pitch low, 2-1.
How is that a ball, but the last one was a strike?
Well, Austin White, you said it that everything, if he takes it's a ball.
And he took that pitch. The umpire clearly doesn't know about Austin White.
The 2-1. 3-1. Austin White stretching out the right hand, telling Budzik to stay. Christian Beal's on deck. You have to like the 1-2-3 combo between White, Beal, and Miller.
That's my favorite 1, 2, 3 the Blues can run out right now.
Very fast, if you think about it, especially the top two. 3-1, Budzik staying. White pulls that one right over the first. Baruch over to second, and that's all they'll get. The force out of Budzik at second base. A nice play from the first baseman. Probably kept at least a first and third, possibly second and third scenario with only 1 out, but instead, Budzik being out on the fielder's choice.
Good job by Strack, keeping his foot on the base while scooping the ball at second base. It's much harder to scoop with normal's infielder's gloves than it is a first baseman's mitt, let me tell you.
And Christian Beal hit a liner to left field, but the diving play of Faircloth saved a hit. Pitches outside, 1-0. To the Bates Bobcats product here. I know you don't like me saying this again, but you have a NESCAC versus NESCAC matchup here. Bates versus Middlebury. The 1-0. Popped it up. He'll stay in play. Baruch, foul territory, will make the catch, and the side will be retired. Another 0 put up by Alex Price, as he's only surrendered 1 hit through 3. And the Suns will have in the order in the top of the 4th. 4, 5, 6. Baruch, Komalovic, and Faircloth, when we come back. 4, 5, 6. Baruch, Komalovic, and Faircloth. Shane on the mound. Fires in a ball, 1-0. 8 straight retired by the left-hander from Central. And Shane, if you take away his first inning, has been very pitch effective in keeping this Blues team in the game. Pitch is high. And technically, I know he's given up a run, but he has yet to give up a hit.
You jinxed it.
The 2-0. Inside, 2-1. First time we've seen Maves at third base in some time. He's made a couple nice plays at third base.
Yeah, some Buddy Dwayne-esque plays.
The 2-1. A way inside, 3-1. I mean, Buddy Dwayne, the bare hand, I've never seen a player as accurate as he can, major league aside. It just looks so easy to him. The 3-1. Way outside and leadoff walk. Baruch reaches base again via the walk.
And that breaks the string of 8 retired in a row. Baruch strikes again.
Komalovic at the plate. Left on left here. Runner stays. Pitches way in. And now Shane losing his command a tad here. It's all about keeping that front shoulder in. 1-0. 1-1. And after that pitch, Shane looked like he kind of lost his footing a tad. You have to think, 2 games now with this mound, and plus you count Legion and everything else, that mound has been taking a beating. 1-1. Before that, throw back to first, keeping Baruch honest at first base.
I wish I could have gotten here earlier today to walk on the field and see how the grass is, because it rained a lot.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. The grounds crew, it took 5-6 people. They did an excellent job. 1-1 foul back, it'd be 1-2. To do the amount of work that I could only assume between all the rain that we got last night and then this morning, because it was still raining at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, around that, depending on where you were in the state. They did an excellent job, and they deserve a lot of credit. They really do. 1-2. Outside, cold, strike 3. Komalovic down via strikes. 3-4 Ks for Matt Shane. And Dylan Faircloth at the play here. He grounded out to Kyle Maves to end the first inning. First pitch to Faircloth. Towards first. Bass. Can they turn 2? There's 1. On to first. Not in time. They do get the lead runner, Baruch, at second base, but Faircloth reaches on the fielder's choice. Casey Bass showing the moves, at least getting the fielder's choice, the lead runner at second base.
Yeah, good job there by the Lumberjack. Throw on the money to Zeke Diamond, and Faircloth just runs too well for that. That's a very hard double play, the 3-6-1 DP. Might be the hardest DP there is in the infield.
First pitch is high, 1-0, and you would know that because you played first base.
Did. Most of the time when we had those opportunities, it ended up being E3s.
Oh, stop.
You
were good.
I was good with the glove.
1-1. Foul back. Lasky lost his glove. 1-1.
But, yeah, it's tough, especially because, I'm a bigger kid, as is Bass. So, and, that ball was coming to his right side, so he has to backhand that, turn his body, make an accurate throw, and then, once you have to go to your right side, there's no chance you're getting back, so it's up to your pitcher to cover. And Shane did a good job, but like I said, Faircloth just runs way too well.
Pitch is high, 2-1 on Troy Strack. Strack lined out to lead off the second inning. Shane with what was 2 back-to-back innings of 3 up, 3 down. Hit and runs on, high fly ball on the right. Miller has it camped under and makes the catch for the third and final out. And Matt Shane continuing pitching, I would say, pretty well. Has not given up a hit against the Suns in this game thus far. But the Blues are down 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. The Blues will have 3, 4, 5, Miller, Maves, and Diamond. 3, 4, 5. Miller, Maves, and Diamond. Matt Shane, the starting pitcher for the Blues, pitching to a no-hitter right now, but because of an error and a couple misfortunes defensively, the Blues are losing 1-0. Miller sends that one to center, and that'll drop. Second hit for the Blues. And I think that's all the frustration from Miller between Game 1 and Game 2, all in one swing.
A big cut, but he didn't try to pull it. He swung hard, but he stayed with the pitch on the outer half. He waded back on it, drove it into left center over the shortstop's head. Hard hit single. Wish we had exit velo.
I wish we did too.
But a great job by Brandon Miller going with the pitch, getting on as the leadoff man, and now the Blues set up for a good inning.
Maves had a double in his first at bat. He pulls the slap bunt past Price. He hustles down. There won't be a play. Holy cow. I have never seen that. That was like a slap bunt. Pulled Price because Price was going towards third. He slipped, couldn't make the play. Charging in was the shortstop. He couldn't make it. Kyle Maves, where have you been?
What a bunt. I love it. That was like a swinging bunt. Like, he had one hand just under the barrel, one hand on the knob. What a bunt by Kyle Maves, as it looks like the Suns pitching coach was going to come out and talk to him, and now Price will step off and allow that to happen. But what a bunt by Kyle Maves.
Do we call that a bunt or do we call that a hit?
Well, it's a hit.
Well, I know it's a hit, but is it like technically a bunt hit or just like an actual hit? I don't know what to call that.
Very softball-esque.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's kind of like a softball type hit.
That's something Ichiro would do.
It's like a drag hit, but except he didn't drag, though. He kind of
swung.
He didn't even swing at it. It was like he karate chopped it.
I want to ask him about it.
We're going to have to ask. You know how they say in baseball, you see something you've never seen typically once every game, once a day? I have never seen that.
That's so something.
Watching the replay, I'm just more amazed by it.
Ichiro would do that. I miss
that was amazing.
I miss Ichiro.
And Zeke Diamond's at the plate, who's known for bunting. And the pitch is low, 1-0. And again, Diamond could bunt, and as we say that, the third baseman, Komolovic, is now pinching in. But that could leave first base wide open. The first base line, at least, because you have Baruch playing so far back, or behind, rather, Kyle Maves at first. Throwback.
And we've seen Diamond have great control with the bat when he's bunting. I almost wonder if he's going to bunt, would he go down the third base line to aim for the sacrifice, and if he gets the hit, he gets the hit? Or would he try to do something, maybe get it in between the pitcher, second baseman, first baseman, as Maves sort of kind of did, I don't know. I don't even know what to call that. Amazing. That's what I'm going to call it.
The 1-0. Diamond wants to bunt, but fouls it back.
That was a high bunt.
1-1. I really want to ask Kyle Maves, like, what was that? Because that you can classify that as a bunt. You could slap bunt, karate chop bunt, whatever you want to call it. It was still a hit. Gave the Blues their third hit. Miller and Maves both on. Diamond with a 1-1 count. Lasky on deck with Casey Bass on double deck. Price in a jam. The 1-1. Diamond pulls the bunt again, pops it up. Diving play by 3, and nobody can make it. Schneider, Price, and Komolovic both went in, and Price came up empty.
3 dives, 0 catch.
Catch probability, 20%. How about Price? So he made up probably, about 30 feet in less than 2 seconds. Maybe not 30 feet, but a good amount if you think about it.
I could do it quicker.
You probably can.
I'm like a cheetah.
Now with a 1-2 count, Baruch playing near the lip of the grass in front of Kyle Maves at first base. The 1-2 count to Diamond. High fly ball in the left center. Faircloth and Cooney. It'll be Cooney. Miller tries to draw the throw, but Cooney wasn't falling for it. 1 down.
As now, depending on how this inning turns out, you could really look back and say Diamond really needed to get that bunt down.
And Jordan Lasky at the play here. We've seen Lasky come up with big hits. The game against North Shore when he tied the game on the hit through the 5.5 hole. He has done it before. Came into this game batting .260. Flew out to right in his first at bat for the second out in the second inning.
And you have pretty good speed on the bases in Miller and Maves.
Very good speed. Lasky takes the breaking ball high, 1-0. And now it looks like Schneider's going out to talk with Price. I wonder if maybe now it's to, change up the signs a little bit because Miller's been on second base for a little bit. Maybe go to third sign, fourth sign. Because, look, you have a Division I player in Miller from St. John's who probably has picked off signs from time to time.
If I could do it, I'm sure he could do it.
You could pick signs?
When I'm at second long enough, yeah. I used to do it from the dugout.
Really? Coley going back. Swing and miss. Miller's wants to get to third. He'll get there. And on the throwing error from the Suns, Miller will score. I don't know who to give the error to, either Schneider or Komalovic, but either way, the Blues tie this game. Advancing to second is Kyle Maves. Miller may have had that base stolen even if Komalovic makes that catch, but either way, the game's tied.
I'm thinking E2 on Schneider.
We'll have to find that out. Lasky waiting for the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And they did give the error to Schneider. 61st error for the Suns. Each team now with one error apiece. And a 1-2 count on Lasky. Coley was hustling down to second base to try to get Maves. But Price did not throw, only stared down at Maves at second base. Casey Bass is on deck. The Blues with 3 hits. 1-2. Half-hard swing. Almost a sword swing, but foul.
Another quick update from the FCBL. Brockton has taken a 1-0 lead over Worcester, and North Shore has tied the game. Westfield and North Shore knotted at 1. They are in the top of the third.
The 1-2. Outside and high. 2-2. Good eye from the catcher, Jordan Lasky. So that run will go as unearned to Price. So has not given up a run thus far in this game. But the unearned run, the throwing error from Schneider, we've seen that now twice from Suns catchers, both in Game 1, now in Game 2. 2-2. Pulled through the 5-5 hole and into left field. He's done it again. Kyle Maves will have to hole up at third. Lasky coming up with a big hit. And he loves that 5-5 hole. He pulled that ball so hard, Komalovic couldn't even react.
Maves had to freeze on the line to make sure third baseman did not catch it. That sets up runners on the corners, 1 man out, and Casey Bass in for the Blues.
That gives the Blues their 3rd hit in this inning, 4th total so far in this game. If you're Casey Bass, are you thinking just pull the ball or at least get in the air long enough to score Maves, or are you thinking trying to get a hit? First pitch. It did not hit Casey Bass. It hit the bottom of the bat. So I think it will be a strike. It sounded like it hit the bat. It hit the knob of the bat. That hit the knob of the bat. I know the Blues fans aren't happy, but that hit the knob of the bat.
I thought it hit his elbow guard. It sounded like it hits either was it the elbow guard or the knob. Either way, I don't think this is a call that they can overturn one way or another, even if they talk to both umpires.
I stand corrected. It did hit the elbow guard. But I wonder if they're saying because he did make an attempt to move.
God.
That's the only thing I could think of.
I hate that rule, dude.
Look, remember what happened a couple weeks ago with Christian Beal? That whole scenario.
I hate that rule, dude.
That's the only thing I can think of.
It's not my fault the pitcher can't throw a strike. Let me take my base, please. Thank you very much.
And now Ronnie Palmer wants to go out and have the home plate umpire and see he didn't overreact. He calmly talked to him, and let's see if that can maybe work in his favor. He didn't go out and go crazy.
Well, I imagine that for the field umpire kind of has a better view of this because it's a front view. You could see that hit the elbow, and they say it is a strike.
Because Casey Bass did not. I almost guarantee it was because he didn't move. Because he didn't make an attempt. So now 0-1 is the count on Casey Bass. Kyle Maves on at third. Lasky at first.
I almost hope they just think it hit the knob because that rule is so bad.
From our video, it looked like it hit the guard. 0-1. 0-2, and Casey Bass does not like the call. I think that pitch was a tad high. But again, he's a big man, so his strike zone is going to be a lot different than Kyle Maves.
I'll just ask Aaron Judge about how strike zones are when you're a big dude. This dude gets more strike called on him than anyone else.
That's a valid point. I have to agree with you on that one. The 0-2 from Price. Pulled off first base and into fair territory in right field. That'll score Kyle Maves. Hustling and getting to third is Jordan Lasky. Casey Bass slides into second base. The 15th RBI for the Lumberjack. And he comes up big. He puts the Blues ahead 2-1.
Well, that is a big sign of that umpire saying, I don't need first. I'll just take second and an RBI, please, and thank you. Great job by Bass. 0-2. Really could have taken his head out of the at-bat after what he thought was a hit-by pitch, and then a strike called that he thought was a ball. Down 0-2. It almost looked like he could have given up on the at-bat. Nope, he stuck in there, hung in with an inside pitch, turned on it, drove down the right field line. Blues are up.
Schneider takes the curveball in 0-1.
And now the Suns infield will come in as the Blues take the lead in the fourth inning. Remember, just a 7-inning game because of the doubleheader.
Quiet here at Muzzy Field, waiting. The 0-1, swing and a miss from Schneider, 0-2. That looked to have been the changeup, and we haven't seen a changeup from Price almost this entire game.
No, there's been few and far between. As now you wonder, we've had a long half inning here. Shane's been sitting on that bench a while.
5 hits for the Blues. None for the Suns. As the music blasting here in Bristol. 0-2. Foul back, we'll do it again. I don't know. I hope that music's not coming from a car. Because that is quite loud.
Convinced it is from left field.
Must be a party in center field.
Woo!
Noah Budzik is on deck. Schneider looking for a couple ribeyes here. The 0-2. Curveball taken high. Good eye from the right-hander. Blues trying to split. They lost game 1, 6-3. Casey Bass with a big hit to put the Blues ahead, 2-1. Lasky on at third. Casey Bass at second. Schneider setting outside. Schneider versus Schneider. Low. 3-2. I would almost think if Schneider gets out his fellow Schneider partner, it's like Schneider on Schneider crime. Now Price steps off. Setting up on the third base side of the rubber. Price staring down. Gets the sign from Schneider. Setting up in. The 3-2. Pitches in. Ball 4. And R. Griffin Schneider wins the battle. Bases full of Blues. And the UNH freshman, or just concluded his freshman year, Noah Budzik at the plate. As it looks like Peterson jogging out to the Blues bullpen to probably tell someone to warm up quickly before this game gets out of hand. First pitch to Budzik. Takes a fastball high, 1-0. Infield is in on the corners. The 1-0. 1-1. Austin White is on deck here. There's only one out, so if Budzik, even if he hits the ball in the air and it's a sac fly, the Blues would get a run in and out, and I think they'll trade an out for a run here. Lasky is on at third, so it might have to be hit at least somewhat far. The 1-1. Slapped foul. 1-2. I would say you probably have average speed at third. Casey's not, he's not slow, but he's not fast.
So, for his size, he runs pretty well.
No, he does, really.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm so serious.
And Griffin Schneider on it first. 1-2 to Budzik. Slashes that one towards left center. Faircloth, Cooney. Cooney makes the play. Tagging from third and scoring is Lasky. Give Budzik his 4th RBI of the season, and the Blues are up 3-1. And the Blues have put up a 3 spot here in the 4th. And Austin White at the play here. And I'm sure Shane loves this, but at the same time, we have not seen a Blue thus far between game 1 and then we'll find out pretty soon the shutdown inning.
Yeah, I was going to say the shutdown inning will be important, and as I mentioned a little before, it's been even longer since then. Shane hasn't thrown in a while.
Pitch is low, 1-0. I think, if I recall, I just saw Shane get up from the dugout, and now he's going back down. Probably got up, and there he goes. He has his glove on. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's stretching.
Every time I've watched him, he's had his glove in his hand. The 1-0. Low 2-0. And you know what? I bet you Shane, he's probably going to make sure that, you know how some guys kind of go like 50% in their warm-ups? He may think like, okay, if I go 100%, I'll be more prepared. Just because he's been sitting for so long. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. We don't see that happen much. Foul tipped into the mitt.
That was a big hack from Austin White. And we saw him drive a ball pretty well into right center field in game 1. Maybe Austin White's been seeing how the ball's flying out to right. Maybe he wants one of his own.
Well, he does have a home run, and I did not think of that. Exactly. He has a home run this season.
Was it at Pittsfield?
I don't know. I didn't look. I saw in the stats he has a home run, though. Either I just completely missed that, or I didn't even look to see when the home run was hit, though.
At Nashua.
Well, there you go.
Just a few days ago, July 21st.
The 2-1. Pull to the right side. Baruch will tag first. The side will be retired, but the Blues do get 3 runs on 3 hits. One big error. They strand a couple on, but the Blues have the lead for the first time in this game, 3-1. As Matt Shane stepping on the bump here in the top of the 5th. They'll have 8, 9, and top. Cronk, Schneider, and Cooney when we come back. 8-9 then top. Kronk, Schneider, and Cooney. Fade them get on. Coley. Matt Shane from Central. 5th inning of work. First pitch foul. 0-1.
So in Worcester tonight, they had a pie eating contest in the stands, and it was called by Jack Edwards, the Boston Bruins play-by-play broadcaster.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The 0-1. Foul back towards the right side. Now Kronk fouling off left to right. So far, Matt Shane's line, 4 innings pitched. 1 run, but it was unearned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. The 0-2. Low, no harm, 1-2. So far has faced 16 batters, about to be 17 here, depending on the outcome. Or regardless, it will be 17 batters. 1-0-1 for the Suns. 3-5-1 for the Blues. Blues scored 3 in their half of the inning. In the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2. A shot put and it hit Lasky. And it looks like he's going to need some time. That one got a piece of Lasky on the right shoulder.
And those chest protectors don't stretch as far as you'd like them to.
Home plate umpire doing a nice gesture, going to let Lasky catch his breath, and also, too, for Kronk. Take a couple, empty swings here. Nice, classy job by both of them. The 2-2. And almost did the same exact thing again, 3-2. Could you say effectively wild Matt Shane's been? I think that's a safe assumption to make.
Yeah, he's run some deep counts, but has always made the pitch when he needed to.
6th, 3-2 count, but gets the K. Another one for Matt Shane, make it 5. And Matt Schneider at the plate. Schneider grounded out to Kyle Maves to end the 2nd inning. Shane in the 2nd and the 3rd had 1, 2, 3 innings, pitches low, 1-0. Strikes, 32 balls, make it 33 balls now. 1-0. High pop up into right. Miller will be there to make the catch. 2 down.
Now at the plate for Pittsfield from Springfield College, center fielder number 7, Jack Cooney.
And Jack Cooney at the plate now. First pitch. Shane fires in a fastball. Inside, though, 1-0. Even though Shane's been effectively wild, he's really kind of mixing up his breaking ball, has been able to throw it to the backdoor side to the right-handed batters. 1-0. Fastball in for a called strike, 1-1. Both the 4-seam and the 2-seam have been working. The breaking ball, it seems like time to time, it's been there and then not, but when he's needed it, he's been able to find it. 1-1. Way inside, 2-1. Coley's on deck. The 2-1. In for a called strike, 2-2. Shane looking for his 6th K. The 2-2. Breaking ball outside. And everyone except the home plate umpire thought that was a ball. Or thought that was a strike, I should say. The 3-2. Pulled. And that's the Suns' first hit. And Matt Shane even screamed at the home plate umpire and said, "That's on you."
I'm with you, Matt Shane. That is all on the home plate umpire. That's just rude.
And Jordan Lasky going out to talk with Matt Shane, trying to calm him down. Has to keep his composure here. This game, although, you know what? No hitter's over. Okay. This game is still at grasp right now for the Blues. They're ahead 3-1. Coley has the power to be able to change this. Have to keep your composure here. Cooney gets the first hit. Fastball outside, 1-0. Shane cannot overthrow right now. Stay composed. Shane gets the sign. 1-0. Fires in a pitch low, 2-0.
Shane's just laughing at it now.
Well, because he probably thinks that I said something. And now Ronnie's going to go out slowly. He's going to take his time, and I like that from Ronnie Palmer. You know what? He wants to take the initiative. Have to like that from Ronnie. I wonder if he'll wait until the home plate umpire comes out, though.
Maybe. I bet Shane wants to tell the umpire to tighten something up.
Even Lasky, too. I mean, Lasky, he's getting into it as well.
Yeah, Lasky didn't seem as aggravated as Shane.
Well, after the hit, because first he went to Shane, and then as he was coming back, he kind of tapped the home plate umpire because Lasky knows that if you don't like my pitcher and then you don't like me,
We're in big trouble.
Exactly. I'm not going to get the corners. So I'm surprised the home plate umpire just let that conversation go.
He knows he messed up. That's what I see from that. The fact that the home plate umpire let that go that long without even creeping up there, he knows he messed up.
And Ronnie just asking a little bit something from the home plate umpire. See, that's why you have to like Ronnie. He doesn't flip out. He understands the game. You treat the player and you treat the home plate umpire with respect, you'll get it back. And sometimes it'll be helped in the end. 2-0. Pitch way in as it gets away from Lasky, and getting to second on the wild pitch is Cooney. The Blues first in the FCB on wild pitches, and it showed right there. 3-0 count on Coley. Peterson's on deck. The 3-0. Fighting back is Shane. The 3-1. Missiled over the head of Maves and into left field. That will score 1. Coley will get to second. 24th RBI for the URI product, Mark Coley. And it's 3-2.
As this game has took a turn of feel for the Blues in this past couple 5-10 minutes. Felt like Shane was going to work through this fifth, get the shutdown inning, cruise into the sixth with a no-no going, and one bad call.
That's why I say you have to be able to stick with your composure. And now Peterson's at the play here. One swing can change it. That was the swing, but came up empty 0-1.
That was a daddy hack.
That's why it's so dangerous after a pitcher loses a no-hitter in a close game, because you wonder about that downhill almost. Like, how bad is it going to be? That let relief. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Shane just keeping Coley honest. Because, you don't want to say that it's like a letdown, but in some ways it is.
Especially when you were that close to being out of the inning.
On a pitch that was
a
close.
strike.
0-1 on Peterson. 1-1.
I know you won't say it, but I will. That was a strike.
Peterson was hit by the pitch in the first inning, struck out in the third on a questionable call. So both sides have been questioning the home plate umpire. It just hasn't been the Blues. 1-1 on Shane. Fights that one off, and that's going to drop. Then the third run will score. It's a tie game. Another RBI for Peterson. Had 5 in game 1, and now has 1 here in game 2. His 32nd of the season. It's a tie game. And Dan Baruch at the plate now. And the shutdown inning evades the Blues again. Baruch has yet to record an at-bat, has walked twice. Breaks his bat, pops up into center. Coming in is White, still coming in sliding, can't make the play. It falls. Peterson will get to third. And Baruch to second, tag applied. He'll be safe. So a drop ball from Austin White allows Peterson to get to third, Baruch to second. And just like that, the Suns are ever so close to having that go-ahead runner score. And when it rains, it pours. 4 hits now for the Suns in this half inning. They went from having none through the first 4 to now having 4 here in the top of the 5th. And all of this came with 2 outs. Komalovic at the plate. Fastball outside, called a strike, 0-1. And a crowd that was very energetic through the first 4 has now been quieted down just a tad. The 0-1. Fastball outside, 1-1. The 1-1. Hit the bat, 1-2. Austin White trying to cheer on his left-handed pitcher from Central, Matt Shane. The 1-2. Breaking ball outside, but low, 2-2. Faircloth is on deck. Pearson at third, Baruch at second. 2-2. Outside, called, strike 3. 4 hits for the Suns and 2 runs as they tie this game 3-3. We have a new game. We head to the bottom of the 5th. New game here from historic Muzzy Field. Chris Saunders alongside Matt Pollock, Jack O'Donnell manning the computer, and Connor on the field camera. 2-3-4, Beal, Miller, and Maves. The Suns, who were no hit through the first 4 innings, matched what was basically being no hit. Had 4 hits and 2 runs, left 2 on base as Matt Shane lost his no-hitter. And Alex Price is back on the bump. Fires in a breaking ball. TRF the plate, 0-1. Beal 0 for 2. The 0-1. Breaking ball high, 1-1. You would almost have to think that Price probably has new life here because he went from potentially being taken out of this game to now could keep himself in to where he could get a decision if they score in the bottom half, if he stays in. 1-1. In the dirt, no harm. 2-1. Schneider couldn't block it.
Price's pitch count just below 70.
43 strikes, 25 balls. The 2-1. 3-1. Beal not chasing those high pitches, as I don't think I've seen him swing at a pitch high all season. Bullpen action currently for the Blues. 3-1. Low for a ball on the leadoff walk. Christian Beal's on. Brandon Miller, who last time up roped what looked to have been an angry single up the middle. Kyle Maves is on deck. 3-4-1 for the Suns, 3-5-1 for the Blues. Suns won game 1 of the doubleheader. Breaking ball in, 1-0. And Price, he kind of lifted his left hand and said, where was that pitch?
Inside.
Miller taking his time. Baruch holding on, Beal at first. The 1-0. 2-0. And nobody's warming up in the bullpen for the Suns. The 2-0. Foul back, 2-1.
Big cut.
And cannot tell exactly who's warming up currently in the bullpen for the Blues. It is a right-hander. That's about all as I can tell you right now. The 2-1, runners going, pitches low, throw to second, way offline. Stolen base for Christian Beal. And Beal had a heck of a jump. Two count on Brandon Miller. The St. John's product choking up. Beal at second. The 2-2. Fouls it back. Spoils a pitch outside as Price takes off his hat. And a cool afternoon, 70 degrees and dropping. 8:07 here at historic Muzzy Field between the Suns and the Blues. Suns won game 1 6-3. Blues currently tied with the Suns here 3-3. The go-ahead run is at second base. 2-2 will be paused as Price lifts his leg, staring down Beal. The 2-2. And another foul ball. Miller continuing to fight. Two count on Miller. Beal still at second base. 2-2. Outside, 3-2. And a good eye from Brandon Miller laying off what looked to have been that fastball to the backdoor side of the plate.
Another some light tossing going in the Suns bullpen.
I would almost say that should be, if I recall, I don't have the Suns pitching. It's Jared. We saw him in the scout day. He threw in the bullpen. Jared something. He's from Southern Connecticut. Jared Henry. That's who it is.
I was gonna get there. You
Because
need time.
he's the only one I've seen wear long sleeves.
That's crazy. It's kind of humid out there.
That's what I'm saying. 3-2 pitch coming to Miller. Inside for a ball. Miller walks. Back-to-back walks from the left-hander, Alex Price. And Henry hasn't even stepped off a mound, or rather been on the mound yet. So Price will probably be in for at least one more batter.
Well, maybe they want to get the lefty-lefty here with Kyle Maves and then maybe go to the pen for the righty.
They're shifting Faircloth more towards left rather than left center because Maves, as we've seen, will slap the ball and go to the opposite field.
Well, remember, his double in the first was down that left field line.
If he does that again, Blues are ahead 4-3. You can't defend that. First pitch to Maves. Outside 1-0, and Maves has had a very good day at the plate. Very good day in general. He's made a couple nice plays in Game 1, a couple here in Game 2, and did a slap, drag, bunt, whatever you want to call it, in his second at-bat, and came around to score back in the fourth. It was one of 3 runs to score in the bottom of the fourth. And a 1-0 count coming to Maves. Runners on first and second. Beal at second, Miller at first. 1-0. Maves sends that one towards right center. That's going to drop and get to the warning track. Beal, he'll score. Miller's coming around. He'll score. Maves hustling into third, and he gets in with a stand-up triple. Holy cow, Kyle Maves. Have a day, Kyle Maves. He puts the Blues ahead, 5-3.
Well, you said it, Chris. Have a day, Kyle Maves. Have a day, kid.
And Zeke Diamond at the plate now. I would almost think, do you send Matt Shane back out? Just to see, as soon as one guy gets on, you're done. First pitch to Diamond, fouls it back. That's the question now. Because you could say Shane was cheated out of a no-hitter, but you want him to get the W because he fought through the entirety of the game.
Well, he'd be in line for the dub if he came out now.
But for his psyche, though, that's the, because the league is about development. Breaking ball outside, 1-1.
Well, I see now in the dugout.
Looks to be Jordy.
Yeah, pitching coach Jordy Shiner talking to Matt Shane, who still has his glove in his hand. He doesn't let that thing out of his sight.
That glove is always in his hand. 1-1. Diamond towards short. Underneath the glove of Strzok. Maves will score. Diamond with an RBI single. His 16th of the season. It's 6-3. And the Blues now with back-to-back 3-run half innings. And all started by Kyle Maves. I know Buddy Dwayne didn't play today, but I don't know if you can take out Kyle Maves out of the lineup. He could play second base. I know second base has been kind of like a rover between Danny Roth and a couple other players, but I think it's a good thing to have if you're Ronnie Palmer. Budzik, Danny Roth, as we said, Kyle Maves.
A lot of options.
And Jordan Lasky at the plate. And it looks like Pfaff and Bickler is warming up in the bullpen.
We have had way too many balls on the field. Can we get netting around the bullpen, please? Can that, or just move the bullpens off the field, either or.
Imagine being a catcher in Oakland or in San Francisco. Lasky slaps that one towards second. Coley, there's one. On to first, double play. 4-6-3. And just like that, there's 2 outs. And Casey Bass coming up with the bases empty. First pitch, breaking ball outside, called a strike, 0-1. Casey Bass with a hit and an RBI so far today. That hit was a double. As another ball gets away from the Blues bullpen. 0-1, Bass laces one towards the left. But Faircloth will be there to make the catch, and the side will be retired. But the Blues do get 3 runs on 2 hits. They don't strain anyone because of the doubleheader. And no errors committed. The Blues are ahead 6-3. We head now to the 6th. And a pitching change here for Muzzy Field. We'll be right back. Pitching change here from historic Muzzy Field. Tim Pfaffenbickler is in the game. He's 0-0 with a 9 ERA. He relieves Shane. He gave up 5 runs, or rather 5 innings pitched, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 hits, 6 Ks, 3 walks. Pfaffenbickler will have in the order 6, 7, 8, Faircloth, Strack, and Kronk. As a picture perfect, you could say, as both my partners to my right and to my left taking pictures of the sunset, as the sky does look pretty beautiful. I will admit. I don't admit that much, but really nice.
Beautiful.
First pitch from Pfaffenbickler. Swing and a miss. And you know what? It's nice to see Pfaffenbickler back on the mound because the last time we saw him on July 5th against the Bravehearts, which was completely one-sided, 16-2 in terms of the Bravehearts. Remember, he was injured, and I think he did something to his knee. So he rested a couple weeks, and now he's back and trying to help the Blues team get a victory here. 0-1. 0-2. Pfaffenbickler bringing the gas. Pfaffenbickler from Windsor Locks is a sophomore at UConn. Still recovering from Tommy John, but looks to be okay, at least on the first 2 pitches. The 0-2. Call, strike 3. Faircloth down on strikes. And a good start for Pfaffenbickler.
I like when Pfaffenbickler pitches just because I like saying his name.
And on that strikeout, somebody was screaming.
They're fired up. Pfaffenbickler with a K.
That's true. First pitch. Fastball outside. 1-0. Troy Strack. So far 0 for 2 today. He's looking for his first hit. The 1-0. Chopper over to third. Maves can do it all. Cross the diamond. 2 down.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with UConn's baseball uniforms. But I wonder if they struggle, if they do put names on jerseys, if they struggle to put Pfaffenbichler's name on them.
Well, it's kind of like Saltalamacchia. There's been a couple other
Samardzija.
names. Samardzija.
Wasn't there one for the Red Sox?
Yeah, that was Salty.
Oh, that was. You're right. How many
Kyle
letters
Cronk at the
is-
plate. Count it.
Well, I know Pfaffenbichler's 14. I just counted that. I was wondering about Salty.
0-1 high. My nickname in college was Salty. Baseball players gave it to me
Do I want to ask why?
because I always was mad, I guess, when I was on the mound. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
Saltalamacchia and Pfaffenbichler are tied, both 14 letters.
So if Mr. and Mrs. Pfaffenbichler are listening, there you go. You have the same amount of numbers, or letters rather, as Saltalamacchia. 2-0. Fastball in, 2-1. He looks as comfortable as I've seen him this entire season right now. I've
Hey.
never seen him throw with this much conviction.
Yeah, he's
So
locked
far.
in. And it looks like he's doing a little less funkiness in the windup.
2-1, 2-2.
And I always said, he does a lot in his windup.
A lot of
you
moving
know,
parts.
A lot of moving parts, and the more moving parts, the more things that can go wrong. And it looks like he's cut some of that out.
Well, I think, again, coming back from Tommy John just needed the reps. 2-2. Tries to throw the breaking ball, 3-2.
I mean, that ball didn't start a strike, but that moved.
I don't know who that is, but after every pitch, someone's making a noise in the Blues defense. That time it was a grunt.
That was a good moving pitch.
3-2. Outside for a ball. Actually, I think it's Austin White.
Really?
I think it's Austin White that's making the noises. And Matt Schneider at the plate now with 2 outs. Pfaffenbichler with a K, a ground out, and so far a walk in his appearance. 8:21 here in Bristol, Connecticut. Blues ahead 6-3. Pfaffenbichler throwing from the first base side of the rubber. Over to second. Budzik fields, and the side will be retired. A clean inning from Tim Pfaffenbichler. And you know what? That's the most comfortable I've seen him look the entire season. Great job from the right-hander from UConn. Bottom of the 6th, 8-9 then top. Schneider, Budzik, White made them get on. Beal, Spencer Fox warming up in the bullpen for the Blues. He'll be looking for his second save and trying to rebound from his July 21st appearance where he went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs against Nashua in a loss.
New pitcher for the Pittsfield Suns is Jared Henry, a sophomore from Southern Connecticut State. On the year, he's 0-1 with a 3.78 ERA in 14 appearances.
For a pitch to Snyder, 0-1.
He has a save. He's thrown 19 innings, 22 Ks, 17 walks, and 12 hits allowed. His last appearance came a few nights ago at home against the Navigators. He went an inning and 2/3, struck out 1, faced 4.
0-1 in the dirt, 1-1.
He last pitched against the Blues July 13th. That was a game the Blues won 11-3 in Pittsfield. He went an inning, giving up 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout.
1-1. Fouled, 1-2. And Price's day is done. Alex Price from Middlebury went 5 innings, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 7 hits, 3 Ks, and 4 walks. As I said, Fox is warming up in the pen, and he looks like he's throwing gas. One, 2. A shot put fastball, 2-2.
You know, I can kind of get behind these 7-inning games, 2 a day.
Well, we have another one on Sunday.
That is true.
I think it's against, I don't know actually. Who's that against?
Brockton Rocks.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So
Okay.
it's a doubleheader Sunday.
The 2-2. Chopper over to Coley. He fields, throws it to first, 1 down.
And then on Monday, the Blues are on the road in Brockton.
Well, the schedule for the Blues is they're home tomorrow, then they're away on Friday because they have Thursday off, and then they're back home Saturday and Sunday. Doubleheader on Sunday.
Well, my point I was getting to, the doubleheader Sunday, then Brockton on the road on Monday,
Yep.
and then Brockton on the road on Tuesday. So they have 4 straight games against the Brockton Rocks,
So what you're saying is they'll know about Brockton pretty quick.
and vice versa.
First pitch to Budzik, I should say, 0-1.
And the 31st, that Wednesday against the Bravehearts, that is also a doubleheader?
Pretty sure that's the 4th, right? No, that's not the 4th.
The 31st?
Pretty sure, I thought that was a doubleheader. I'm pretty sure it was. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Yeah, I think it was because the Bravehearts, that is a doubleheader. 31st is one.
Yeah. I prefer my doubleheaders on weekends, but
The 0-2. Call strike 3. Budzik down on strikes. First K for Henry. Austin White up with 2 outs. Shane's still with his glove on. Just to update people. I really want to ask him why he doesn't take his glove off.
comfort thing. Maybe he thinks he's going back in. I don't know.
I mean, he technically can't. First pitch into for a strike on Austin White.
Hey, man, to each their own.
That's pretty cool, though. You know what? Every lefty has something, crazy they do.
Strange.
Some people could say that. 1-1.
Some updates from around the FCBL in the bottom of the 6th. Brockton has a 2-1 lead over Worcester. And the North Shore Navigators have put up 2 in the bottom of the 5th to tie the Westfield Starfires. They're knotted at 3.
Sounds like a good game. And that's in North Shore?
Correct.
Nice. Good game down there. 1-1. 1-2. Must have been low. Couldn't have been a strike, right?
Confirmed.
Spencer Fox, when he comes in, will be facing the top of the order. Cooney, Coley, and Peterson. So the toughest part of the lineup for Fox. Calling time is Austin White. Wants to readjust the batting gloves as a 1-2 count.
And I know it doesn't look like it now, but if the Pittsfield Suns found a way to win this game,
The 1-2. Chopper. Austin White slips. I think he hit off his foot. He will be out at first base, but the more concerning part is Austin White, as the entire stadium has gone silent. And a nice gesture from Jared Henry, trying to help up Austin White. It looked like it hit the top part of the foot or maybe even the back heel. We'll take a pause right here, as it looks like Austin White walking under his own power with the help of Christian Beal. Can't put a lot of pressure on that left foot. May see a defensive switch. But Spencer Fox has not made a signal yet to come back in. We'll take a pause right here. Blues, 3 outs away from getting the victory. Top of the order, Cooney, Coley, and Peterson, Pfaffenbichler. As Fox still warming up in the bullpen, this is Pfaffenbichler's game right now. Fires in a strike, 0-1.
Well, maybe Ronnie Palmer figured Pfaffenbichler looks so good in the 6th inning.
Why take him out?
Why take him out, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Already has 1 K thus far, the 0-1. Pitches inside, 1-1. And I mean, it is a 3-run lead, so a little bit of wiggle room here. Pfaffenbichler looking for the 2-inning save, the old, back in the 1980s, the 2-out save. Fastball inside, 2-1.
Okay, Grandpa.
8 strikes to 7 balls for Pfaffenbichler, 2-1. 3-1. Pfaffenbichler, he's not missing by much.
Well, it is a game of inches.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Learn something new every day.
It's been nice to be back with you, partner. The 3-1. Call, strike, 3-2. Orzechowski now in center field with Austin White as time called by Cooney. Austin White fouled the ball off his foot. A little bit limping. Seemed to be okay, but either way, taken out for precautionary reasons. So Orzechowski now in center. The 3-2. Inside for a ball. Gets away from Lasky. And a leadoff walk for Cooney.
And Jordy Shiner taking his hat off, looking down at the bullpen, trying to get the signal to see if, Fox is ready to go.
That was Cooney's second walk here tonight. Mark Coley is at the plate now. First pitch gets away from Lasky. think Cooney will get to second on the wild pitch. Coley already has 1 hit and RBI, has struck out once as well, and 1 run. Lasky's going out to talk with Pfaffenbichler. See, it's one thing to go 1 inning when it's not like the last inning of a game, but that's why closers in some ways are a different breed, and getting the last 3 outs, it's more difficult than anything.
Well, I wonder if Pfaffenbichler, when he came into the game and then in the dugout, he was told, get this 1 inning and you're done, or maybe that was his mindset, just assuming Fox would come in for the save, and then he kind of had to get back into that game mode.
The 1-0. Fouled off the foot of Coley, and now both URI products have fouled off a ball off their foot.
I was going to say, it's not a good day for URI products in the box this inning.
No. Austin White and now Coley.
If you're a URI coach, you got to be saying, get these guys out of here.
Gedman, the manager for the Suns, giving Coley a little bit of a breather. Home plate umpire cleaning up home plate. Dusting it off a tad. Lasky doing the same, as he knows he's teammates with him. Wants to make sure his friend is okay because the collegiate season, they want to try to, get back to a regional. Or get to a regional, I should say.
Seems like a good goal.
Always good goal. Why not? 3-4-1 for the Suns. 6-7-1 for the Blues. Cooney dancing at second. And the Suns dugout, they're chirping.
Both teams have been chirping back and forth at each other all game.
The 1-1. Fastball low, 2-1. And Pfaffenbichler kind of gave a little bit of the head nod like, that was close.
Yeah, he hasn't really had great command of the strike zone this inning. Hasn't been missing by too much. Close call there, not going his way.
Fox still warming up in the pen. 2-1. Fastball way inside, 3-1. It almost looks like, compared to the first inning, now he's kind of rushing a little bit. And we talked about the uniqueness of his mechanics. Falling towards first, the arm dragging, and the arm side run is going way inside to the right-handed batters. 3-1. Fires in a fastball, 3-2. Back-to-back, 3-2 counts.
Coley is saying to the home plate umpire, that's out, that's off the plate. But nonetheless, 3-2 count now. And Pfaffenbichler, what looked like was going to be first and second. Nobody out, has the potential to man on second and 1 out if he can deliver a good pitch here.
3-2. Foul back. I think Coley's even asking, too. I should be on first right now. But I think Shane can make the case that he could have a no-hitter still.
I was going to say, if you asked Matt Shane about the strike zone, I wondered what he'd tell you.
He'll tell you with his glove in his hand.
Maybe it's like a puppet.
The 3-2. In for a ball, back-to-back walks.
And I wonder if that'll do it for Pfaffenbichler.
Still no signal yet. Ronnie has stepped out of the dugout. And he pointed with the right hand, has not made a signal, and now he does. Pitching change here for Bristol. We'll be back. 3, 4, 5 potentially. Peterson at the plate right now. New pitcher on the mound. Spencer Fox, 0-3 with a 5.57 ERA. He's looking for his 7th save, as the runners on first and second are Tim Pfaffenbichler's responsibility. Peterson 1 for 3 today. Did have 5 RBIs in game 1. Fires in a fastball, does Fox, and fouls it back. 0-1 off the bat of Peterson.
And if there's one guy in this lineup who you don't want up as the tying run, I'm thinking of picking this guy.
Peterson does have an RBI. 32 on the season.
That's a big number.
And remember, too, he was also in the home run derby. Fox stares down the runner at second. That's Cooney. Coley at first. The 0-1. Fastball high, 1-1. Fox can bring it. It's just the command has always been the question. I mean, 21 innings, 31 strikeouts, but 21 walks and 15 hits. And he will be a freshman at Southern Connecticut. And he's from Manchester, Connecticut. The 1-1. Fastball low, 2-1.
Don't forget that on July 4th, Spencer Fox had a 4-strikeout inning.
Called by
Me.
person to my right. The 2-1. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Jackson Peterson was not pleased with that strike 2 call. I would almost think that Fox is just going to come after straight fastballs. I can't see him throwing a breaking ball just because of the runners on base and the high intensity of the game. The 2-2. Yep, I lied. There was a breaking ball, but it was high. 3-2. I was wrong.
He admitted it.
Yeah, I always admit when I'm wrong.
Doubtful.
Fox from the first base side of the rubber. Cooney at second. Runners holding. Still holding. They stay. 3-2. Ball 4. Back-to-back-to-back walks. Cooney at third. Coley at second. Peterson at first. And Baruch at the plate. Baruch with an opportunity to either tie this game or if he hits a granny, which he can. He has 2 home runs on the season. Can put the Suns ahead here. Blues lost game 1 6-3. And now here in game 2, they're ahead 6-3. First pitch. Fastball low, 1-0. You can almost feel that something is going to happen here. It's just a question, what?
Chris had to kill a fly. I hate flies. Why do they exist? Sorry to any flies listening.
1-0. Foul, 1-1. This intense of a game, and you have to bring in mosquitoes.
You're the one that was trying to kill one right in front of you and distracted me from my train of thought.
It was right above me. I had to get it.
You're like a kid at the zoo that said I had to pet the tiger.
Yeah, good point. Fox focusing. Comes to the set. 1-1. Breaking ball outside. Looked like a cutter almost. 2-1. I don't even know if he throws a cutter, but it kind of had that cutter movement going to the backdoor side of the plate.
Not a bad pitch there. Try to get him roll over it. Maybe get a double play here.
But if you look where Budzik's playing, I don't know if that would happen. Just because he's playing so close to second base on the right side. 2-1. 3-1.
And the Blues cannot buy a strike right now.
Cooney walked. Coley walked. Peterson walked. Baruch, 1 pitch away from another walk. And the tying run is on first base. That's Peterson. The 3-1. Ball 4. And with Cooney scoring, that's the 4th run for the Suns. It's also charged to Pfaffenbickler. Now, Coley on third base is also Pfaffenbickler's responsibility. But Peterson and Baruch are the Blues' responsibility, mainly Fox. Blues only ahead now by 2. It was like somebody else is warming up in the bullpen now for the Blues. First pitch, swing and a miss. From the left-handed hitter, Jack Komalovic. Miles Machad is warming up in the bullpen. The 0-1. 0-2. Faircloth is on deck. And if you're Komalovic, you're probably wondering, Fox couldn't find the strike zone for the first 2 guys, and just so happens to find it with me.
Well,
Go figure.
You're called a hitter, not a walker.
Unless your name's Walker Bueller. 0-2. Foul tipped. Looked to be off the mitt. Rather off the face mask of Lasky. The 0-2. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Komalovic down on strikes. First K for Fox. And Brendan Miller screaming out to his pitcher, Spencer Fox, hey, get a ground ball here. They'll turn it, and game will be over. Blues are 2 outs away. Bases still fully juiced of Suns. Coley at third, Peterson at second, and Baruch at first.
Faircloth has it. 2 grounders today.
First pitch, foul behind the press box, 0-1. And a good start for Fox here, getting ahead. When he gets ahead, I've noticed it's easier for him to be able to, I don't want to say expand the strike zone, but come after batters. When he falls behind, that's when things get a little dicey.
Yeah, when he gets ahead of hitters, I think he has more confidence in his stuff. And he's not so worried about being so perfect with his off-speed stuff.
The 1-0 to Faircloth. Breaking ball high, 1-1. He's thrown that pitch 3 times, and all 3 have been balls.
At least he's been consistent.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss from Faircloth. 1-2. Like, that's the... he has enough giddy up on the fastball. Not saying he has to throw it down the middle. I'm not saying to do that. But if he can just locate it a little bit, hitters will not touch that heater. Fox comes to the set. Stares down Faircloth. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Spencer Fox. And the Blues are 1 out away. And I can only imagine if he strikes out Troy Strock. If he strikes out Strack, I can only imagine how amped up he's going to be. Like, we've seen him amped up a couple times. It's going to be interesting.
He's not afraid to show his emotion. I love it.
Exactly. Let the kids play.
With sleeve jerseys.
First pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. Fox, last 2 times he was ahead of a batter. All 2 struck out. Strack is 0 for 3. A line out, a fly out, and a ground out. The 0-1. High, 1-1. Fox looking for his second save of the season. And his 34th strikeout as well. Blues fans cheering on Fox, trying to at least split this doubleheader. Lost game 1, looking to win game 2 are the Blues. 1-1. Fires in a fastball, and the Suns are 1 out away. The Blues are 1 strike away. The 1-2. Nice block by Lasky, keeps that in front, and that could have been a game saver. A big-time play because if Coley scores, the runners advance, and the tying run is on second base. Lasky could have very well saved the game there. That pitch being a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Still, the Suns 1 strike away from losing this game. The Blues 1 out away from winning. The 2-2. Outside, 3-2.
And that'll put the runners in motion.
I mean, if you're Fox, I understand he wants to get the K, but at the end of the day, though, an out is an out, no matter how you get it.
You got to throw a strike here.
Have to. Or at least put it in a spot where even if he makes contact, it doesn't matter because you're still getting the out at the end of the day. Every Blues fan and even Suns fan at the top of their seat. All the pressure's on Fox. The 3-2. Fouls it back. And the Suns dugout as well as the Blues. The battle between Fox and Strack continues. Coley at third, Peterson at second, Baruch at first. Fox pauses. The payoff pitch. And let the battle continue.
Have a quab, kid.
The payoff pitch. Lines that one towards right center. That'll drop. 2 runs will score. The third run will be held up at third, and we have a tie game. 2 RBI single off the bat of Troy Strack. Scoring was Coley and Peterson. Getting the third is Baruch. First pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. Kyle Cronk at the plate right now, a 1-0 count. 1-1. The 1-1. Runners going. Pitches outside. Lasky won't throw. Stolen base for Strack. And takes away the easiest bag at second base. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1.
There's no one in the Blues bullpen. This is Fox's inning. This is his out to get.
This is the adjustment the pitchers need to make. Not having Nowak and Nyman. Someone's got to step up. 3-1. 3-2. I understand Fox. It's a blown save, but you know what? Keep them here and let the boys in blue bat in the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 to Fox, or from Fox. Swing and a miss. Fox with 3 Ks, but the Blues surrender the lead. We're tied at 6. We head to the bottom of the 7th. New game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever may be listening here at 8:58 here in historic Muzzy Field, live on the Bristol Blues YouTube channel. Chris Saunders alongside Matt Polick, Jack O'Donnell manning the controls, Connor on the field camera. We're tied up at 6. Suns score 3, and the top of the 7th, and the Blues are in the last bottom half of the inning here. We have Beal, Miller, and Maves. Beal with a 1-0 count right now, still on the bump is Jared Henry.
Next time that happens, unplug the aux.
1-0, 2-0. The 2-0. 2-1. Beal last time came around to score after walking, stole second. Back in the 6th, or rather the 5th. 3-1. Henry pausing and waiting. The 3-1. Laces one towards short. Fielding is Strock. Run down.
Now comes to the plate for the Blues from St. John's, right fielder, number 15, Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller at the plate with one down. Now Jordan Lasky looked to have been saying something back to the Suns dugout. So just back and forth. Both sides do not like each other.
Yeah, these teams have tripped all year.
Swing and a miss from Miller, 0-1.
That was Miller trying to win the game.
I could not hear what Lasky was saying.
Go home, beat it. And he just would watch the game.
I mean, the Blues had an opportunity to send them home, and they didn't. 0-1. Ooh, that was a fan. That was a fan that just said something. Now it's getting dicey. The 1-1. High fly ball, but foul. I'm telling you right now, if the Suns win this game, they're going to let everybody know it. That's all I have to say. So, if you dish it, make sure you can handle it back. Because they're going to wait. And now Henry wants a new ball. Miller with a 1-2 count. Blues scored in the 4th, the 5th. For a total of 6 runs. Miller towards right center. That'll drop. 1-out single for Brandon Miller. His second hit tonight.
And the red-hot Kyle Maves steps in.
And the Suns scored 1 in the 1st. They scored 2 in the 5th. And 3 in the 7th. And as you said, Kyle Maves, probably the hottest hitter tonight for the Blues. Maves does have 2 RBIs and 3 hits. First pitch high to Maves, 1-0. If there's one player you want up, at least tonight, it's been Kyle Maves. On deck is Zeke Diamond. Last time up, Maves sent one to right center. 1-1. And we've seen the approach. He hit one to right center. He peppered one to the opposite side of the field and left. So there's really no way to defend or pitch Maves. He would almost have to get himself out. As there is bullpen action for the Suns. Throw back to first. Definitely not the best move of Henry. Henry at the belt. 1-1 to Maves. Low 2-1. The go-ahead, rather the game-winning run, I should say, is on first base in Brandon Miller. The 2-1. Broken bat. Past Henry. Over to short. He bobbles it onto first and throws it away. It gets all the way towards the right side, towards the bullpen. Rounding third is Miller. He's coming home. He'll score. Game is over. Blues win. Blues win. Strack made the air, and the Blues win. Final score, 7-3, or rather 7-6. Blues win, 7-6.
Wow. What a game. You saw a little of everything. You saw a bunt swing, whatever you want to call it, from Kyle Maves. You saw a walk-off E6. You saw some trash talking. You saw a comeback. Wow, what a game.
And the winning pitcher will be Spencer Fox. He'll be 1-1, or rather 1-3. Jarrett Henry will be the losing pitcher. He'll be 0-2. Wow. We've seen that, I think, twice now on errors, if I recall. Trying to remember, trying to go back exactly. I think it was Brockton lost on a wild pitch, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was a wild pitch.
So you have an error there, and then you have an error by the shortstop. So the Blues get the walk-off either way. You know what? What a way for the Blues. And the Suns, you could tell on the right side, they are not happy.
Nope, not at all. But they split the doubleheader.
They're still talking.
Well, I think the Blues at this point will let the scoreboard do the talking.
So final score from here from historic Muzzy Field. Blues win 7-6 over the Pittsfield Suns. Any final thoughts, Matt?
think it was really important for the Blues to salvage that one. If they hadn't, they'd be at 500, which is always a sketchy number because then you're looking at going sub 500 with the loss. Another game here at Muzzy Field tomorrow night. They'll look to get that one. Not sure who's going to be on the bump for the Blues, but I think they have a fairly well-rested bullpen considering everything that they've had to deal with. And, I think coming off this walk-off win here in Game 2 can set their spirits high. And we'll have to see some lineup questions. We saw White leave, and, we said when he goes, the Blues go. So it'll be interesting to see if he makes tomorrow's lineup. But, Kyle Maves will be in that lineup, and he should be. He's been red hot.
That'll wrap things up here from Historic Muzzy Field. Our thanks to the camera crew and staff who helped make this broadcast happen. Final scores here from Historic Muzzy Field. Game 1, won by the Suns at a final score of 6-2-3 over the Bristol Blues. Then Game 2, won by the Bristol Blues 7-6 on a walk-off. Make sure to catch us tomorrow as the Bristol Blues take on Nashua at 7 p.m. For Matt Pollock, I'm Chris Saunders. So long, everyone.